Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm totally like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God! Dude, get out of here!
Dude.
You've been got on me.
Okay. Fellow YouTuber and amateur duelist, I'm Kyle.
And I'm DJ.
And you've logged on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactics. Now, Lights, when we last left you, we were telling you all the stuff about card locations on the field and whatnot. But now we're going to cover another type of card that we didn't cover in the past few episodes. Ritual cards.
Oh, rituals. There's all-powerful cards in the ritual.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to...
Hey, I wasn't done. In the power of the ritual, there lies deep power. But make sure not to...
DJ, we haven't shown our featured cards yet.
Hey, whatever.
Okay, featured cards. Mine is a very favorable classic, the Cyber Dragon. DJ, what's yours?
Soul Exchange.
Now, the special thing about my Cyber Dragon, what really upsets me most is that this Cyber Dragon is limited, which means you can only have one in a deck. I used to have 3 in a deck, and it made me unstoppable in the Cyber Dragon deck, but, you know, whatever. I can deal with this. It's a staple card in most decks because this card, whenever your opponent has monsters on the field, you're allowed to special summon him without a sacrifice from your hand. Yeah. So it makes it good for synchro summoning and for tributing. DJ, yours? Now. Okay, fine, I'll explain it.
Yes, you explain it.
Okay, Soul Exchange. Now, Soul Exchange lets you tribute your opponent's monster instead of your own for tribute summons. Soul Exchange has, however, one side effect. You can't conduct your battle phase in the turn you use it. But it's still pretty good if you want to use your opponent's tribute instead of your own.
Aww.
That's right. But that's okay. Anyways, today is a reviewing episode. About monsters, of course. We're going to tell you about...
We're going to tell you about...
the ritual monsters.
The ritual monsters and their ultimatality. Now, see, the thing about rituals is that...
they're no different than regular monsters, except they're rituals. You know, they require spells to summon them. You see this icon here? Of course you can, because I have a low-quality camera and you can't see the flame right there. That icon means it's a ritual spell card. Look it up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. And this blue monster is it's a ritual monster. It can only be summoned using a specific ritual spell, or any other kind of ritual spell that lets you summon him.
And thing is when you're using such cards as these, you don't want to put too many of these in your deck. These don't go in the extra deck. They actually go in your own deck, which means, yes, they are part of the 40 card count or more.
Yeah, anyways, now when it comes to ritual cards, you have to have them both in your hand, which is why they also have very good search cards for rituals. I'm not going to get to it right now, but you can look it up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. Anyways, when you use a ritual spell, the ritual monster has to be in your hand. When you activate it, you also have to pay a cost. When a ritual card is activated, you select the monster you want to summon from your hand, then you pay tribute. You can either use the field or your hand for tributes, as long as the level of the combined monsters is equal to or more than the total number of stars on your ritual monster that you're summoning. So you get rid of them, then you summon your ritual monster, and that's how a ritual is performed.
Now, most of you are thinking, well, if you've actually read the rule book, these guys have almost covered everything. And for the most part, you're right. Just now, we just covered the last bit of it. So, the rest of this episode is solely going to be review. This is our 10th episode. And the rest won't be for you noobs. We practically just outspoke the whole rule book.
Of course, once you get really into the game and you consider yourself a more experienced duelist, you can follow along with our newer episodes. We're going to be featuring duels, and we're still going to be featuring cards and extra strategies in store for you, our viewers, on Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactics. But now we're going to review the monster. Now, this particular monster I'm holding is Rocket Warrior. Very famous card. Now, Rocket Warrior. Here's what I'm going to use for his example. Now, right here is where you can find his type. Type and attribute are not the same thing. The attribute, right here in the corner, is what distinguishes a monster's type, specifically an elemental type. And the name, the level, these stars here, and whether or not it has an effect. Attack and defense are located right here at the bottom. And there's a special thing right here in the other corner. It's a card code. You use it mainly for video games. You enter the code, you get the card. Yeah, that's basically the whole thing about a monster. Now we're going to cover the spell. Now, a basic spell, like the Soul Exchange we featured, it tells you right here in the corner that's a spell by its attribute, its name, and right here it says it's a spell card. Here's its effect. However, if you're going to diversify spells, here's, for example, Shrink, as featured in one of our earlier episodes. This is a quick play spell, as you can see by the icon right here. Traps also have that same icon. Review this on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia. And finally, the blueprint of the trap. Now here's a basic trap, normal trap. Has no insignia, like a regular spell. Same thing as any kind of blueprint for a spell. However, if you're going to diversify for traps, here is a continuous trap. As you know, it has a certain icon right there next to its description, right there in the corner. Whoa. That was stupid of me.
Oopsie-doopsie.
Haha. Anyways, here's the icon. Look it up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia because it's blurry here, so.
Yeah. We're going to be looking up everything on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia.
Because it's a very useful website.
So, who's the loser that hasn't been on yet?
Me.
Seriously. Yes, we know it was him.
And
He hasn't done it.
These are our brothers.
no, I'm saying one and he's saying two.
Leave now. Leave right now.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
leave
I'm the
now.
cool one of his.
Leave.
I'm not saying two.
Door closing.
You may have heard him. He said he's the dorkier version of me.
That's right.
I'm a
Dork
cooler
here,
dork.
yeah. Okay. Now we've covered the basic blueprint for spells, monsters, and traps. And fusion monsters are no different. And synchros. They basically show the same thing as well. And another thing you have to review is always check the Forbidden and Limited list every 3 months.
Always.
And here's why. Because every 3 months, they always come out with a new pack. That's right.
Look for it.
And they like to change the rules because the new pack has new cards, and they figure if these effects are too powerful, we have to redo the Forbidden and Limited list. And you check it every 3 months because that's when it comes out. The packs, have new cards, and, they have to constantly keep changing the rules. Kind of like Magic, only a little more complicated than that.
Alright, so, at any rate, this is the last of our episode, in the last minute. So, we just want to say that, goodbye. 10th
Bye-bye.
episode, and I probably won't see you again, noobs.
Bye to you noobs, and to you advanced duelists watching, thanks. But, this is just for news. But still, you get to watch our later episodes featuring duels, still featuring cards, and strategies for a basic duelist.
Yeah, and we're going to put up a poll saying who would win out of the two of us.
And also, because we don't care about the whole Happy Holidays thing, we're just going to say it. Merry Christmas to you people on our side of the world, and possibly on the other side.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And if you don't celebrate it too bad.
This is me, Kyle, and that's DJ,
Bye-bye.
signing off.